love, with passion. And the message of Osho is be like a Zorba, but be like a Buddha at the same time. Be centered. Be a witness. Don't become identified. If somebody comes to you and says, you are an asshole, what do you do, Michael? You punch him? No. We have to learn if somebody offends you, or more difficult, something more difficult. If your man fights another woman, jealousy, what do you do? We have to learn to watch, observe. I am not jealousy. I am not anger. I am not this violence. I am not the guilt that I feel. Okay? The two most difficult emotions to be watched in a space of meditation are violence, anger, and jealousy, attachment. I tell you why. This is a triangle, but it represents the sacrum, this bone. Okay? The head. I know that you drawing, right? Atit is very good. So this is the column with the vertebrae. Okay? Now, we have three main energy channels in the body. Three main energy channels. Ida, Pingala, Sushuma. Ida, Pingala, Sushuma. These are channels of energy. 1, 2, and one is inside the spine. The most important is the center. The left meridian of energy is connected with attachment, with jealousy, with possessiveness. And this is the female, let's say, condition out of the biological fact that you are a woman. Because you are a woman, you are identified with this is my child. It all comes from motherhood. This is you have to protect it. This is my child. You risk your life to protect your child. This is mine. But this creates my possession, jealousy, that we transfer when we are brought up to a man, for example. So, for men, the main energy that runs on the right side of the spine is anger, violence, aggressivity. And this creates all the war around the planet. This fucking meridian here creates all the wars. Because man is identified with this energy. Okay? So these are what the Tibetans call the two poisons. The two major poisons for human beings. But the third poison, the most important, it runs in the middle of the column, inside the spine. You know how is the spine? There are vertebrae, round vertebrae. This is a vertebra. Okay, inside here, there is the medulla, which comes from the brain. It runs inside the vertebra because it's very fragile, so the vertebra, the bones, are protecting the medulla. That's all where all the nerves are. Energetically speaking, esoteric anatomy, inside this medulla there is this meridian. And the Tibetans say this meridian, the poison in this meridian is ignorance.
It's what?
Ignorance. How can you say? It's we don't know. Ignore something. We don't know. And what's this poison that we don't know? What is that we don't know? Why this is the major poison? Poison, they say poison because there's a symbol, means obstacle. We don't know that we are light. There is a matter, material matter, bones, flesh. But what is matter? Matter is made of cells. Okay? One cell has a membrane which communicates with the outside, with another cell. This means nucleus, this means cytoplasm. In the nucleus there are the DNA, where all messages are stored, the hard disk, okay? This is the software. That's how it is. This is the hard disk, this is the software, where all the things that keep on changing depending on the moment. All the metabolic processes are happening here, not here. The metabolic process, they need this membrane to communicate. Some material can go in, some other material cannot go in. So it's the membrane that decides what comes in and what comes out. Now, inside one cell, in the cytoplasm, on the software, there are so many metabolic happening between amino acid, glucose, proteins, minerals, that when I was studying at university, there was a wall big from there to there with a different formula, all full of formula. And the professor used to tell us, these are the formula that right now, so that because we talked about 40 years ago, that are happening in one cell. The whole wall full of formula happening in one cell, one only cell. But this chemical, this chemistry, this amino acid, this fat, this ATP, ATP, enzyme, coenzyme, minerals. Who tells him to turn right, not to turn left? Who tells him? There is an intelligence that tells him do this, do that. This intelligence is to run. The command is electromagnetic field. There are electromagnetic field. A field means a field of energy that we don't see, it's invisible. It's like the radar. Did you see when you talk on the phone? The waves in the air that reach the other part? No. This is called electromagnetic field. Okay? Anything that is alive is around an electromagnetic field. This electromagnetic field is created by the vibrations of the electrons. Did I get into complicated? Tell me, huh? Okay, this is one atom. Now we have an atom. Not, as I said, this is an atom. The nucleus and the electrons. The nucleus is charged positively, the electron negatively. The electrons is, thanks to Einstein, it's a particle which sometimes act as a matter, sometimes disappear and act as a pure energy. So the electron is something that exists in one moment and in another moment does not exist, it's pure energy. Einstein. This movement creates the electromagnetic frequency, the electromagnetic field in the whole body. We call this, esoterically speaking, astral body, etheric body, mental body. We have 4 esoteric bodies. Okay? This is physical body, we touch it. About 20 centimeters, we have a second body which is etheric. It's like electricity. Okay? Then the third body, called astral body, which you can reach maybe this much. And it's essentially, the first is electric, the second is magnetic. And then we have the fourth body, the mental body, which has no limits. And it's, the nature of this body is electromagnetic. So, what it creates is electromagnetic, the movement of the electron. But also, what we believe so far, until 10 years ago in physics, that the nucleus is something steady, doesn't move. It's not true. One particle fixed. That's what we thought. We call proton. It's not proton. There are many particles inside, and they all vibrate. But they vibrate so fast that we don't see the movement. And now you know the electrons, how much, what is the speed of one electron turning around the nucleus? Say something. How fast goes this electron?
Almost the speed of light.
Huh?
Almost the speed of light.
Yes. It's not amazing?
Yeah, incredible.
62,000 kilometers per second. 62,000 kilometers in 1 second. It's much more than a Ferrari. Holy shit. That's what we are. We are being of light. But we keep on thinking that we are only matter. Why? Because the society wants you to think that you are a robot, a machine. We are not machines. We had to learn to go, the heart center is not there anymore, but it's inside you. We had to learn to go out of this fighting mind, which is useless. The mind that produces thoughts, the mind that produces guilty, the mind that produces war. We have to learn to go to the heart center. In the heart, we start to become more fragile, more female. We start to become more sensitive. If I come close to her, I feel already the energy. It's good energy, it's not good energy. She's angry. You're angry. You start to become sensitive. You see a butterfly and you go, wow. You know how many butterflies there are in our island with a teeth? We live in a small island north of city, in the middle of the ocean, which is 8 kilometers around circumference. There were no much butterfly. We plant about 250 trees and many flower plants. It loves flower. Now the house is surrounded by butterfly. So it's already coming. Every year they're coming more. and more birds. There is one beautiful man called Salgado, South America. This time you didn't went there. He went there.
Yeah, great. You made a documentary, Salt of the Earth.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. No?
It should be seen by every person on
Everybody
the
should see
planet.
that.
Yeah.
Everybody should see that.
Everyone.
The salt of the earth.
Sebastian Salgado.
Sebastian Salgado is a great man. After many years of making pictures around the world, and he speaks about this photo, with this photo. He gives message to the world. Then the last years, with his wife and son, they have a big property, and they plant, I think, so far 2 or 3 million trees, something like that. And they renovate completely this part of the land, which was a desert. So we did something that's small, we plant trees and we plant flowers, and there's so many butterflies and birds, and there's so many colors. And you see a butterfly, and we have to learn to be like a kid. Why is yellow? Why there are these black spots? Who is this? What is this? This is just a miracle, a butterfly. The moment that we become a butterfly or bees, Einstein said, the human race would be finished. Because they bring the pollen, the bees, the butterfly, and they pollinate the plants. We have to learn to live life as a miracle, as a mystery, not as something that we have to explain. There is nothing to explain in life. Osho's message is live life completely, totally. Don't spend time in trying to understand. There is nothing to understand, but there is hope to live like a child again. We have to come back to be a child. That's the spiritual part. It's not that you become powerful, the third eyes open, and you can see the past and the future, you become powerful, you put the head like this, and she's here, she is not sick anymore. Big ego. Most of these gurus have a big ego. We don't need any guru. Each of us is a guru. We have to contact it, it's inside us. It's not time for guru anymore. That's Osho's message. Do you know if you go in Pune now, in the commune, it's not commune anymore, it's called resort. You know? Yeah, it's a resort. You don't find any picture of Osho. Osho don't want any religion, not for himself. We remove all Osho's picture. Because it's a place where you go and meditate for yourself. Osho is just a message. Then each of us has to find his own way to go back to the heart, to go back to be a child, to go back to the moment when we were happy for nothing. I tell you one secret, but don't tell other people. If you are happy for a cause, like you find a woman or you find a man beautiful and you fall in love and you are so happy, or all of a sudden you get money and you have a lot of money and you can live very well. Anything that comes from the outside and makes you happy, that happiness will last very short. Because depend from the outside element. The cause is outside of the happiness. The real happiness is when there are no calls outside, but it's a state of consciousness which starts to develop inside you. More and more you meditate, more and more you go inside, and there is no hand in going inside. I meditate since 38 years. I feel like I started months ago. If you feel that after 2 years that you are meditating, you say, wow, now I got everything. Now I start to teach meditation to other people. That's what they do. Everybody is teaching something. It's nothing to teach. It's an experience, individual experience. So, more and more you go inside, you start to contact, something is growing. You know what is happening. It's a very simple, that's my experience. It's that we are a being of a light covered by layer and layer and layer and layer of bullshit. Which is a religious condition, the moral condition, the I am a woman condition, I am stupid, I am intelligent, I am strong, I am rich, I am this, I am that. This is bullshit. We are all the same, a being of light, pure light. We have to remove this layer that suffocates our life. This is Osho's message. Don't think about the mind. Forget about the mind. I had to talk about the mind. I don't know what is mind. What I have to do. I can tell you my experience. You want to know? I tell you my little experience of the life. You will see the book anyway. Did I try to push you to buy the book? No. In 1979, I was working where?
Kitchen.
I was working in the kitchen. And during the night, Osho, there was a meeting with Osho, where Osho was giving silence. Then people were going back to their country, so he was talking to them and said, okay, this and that. And then he was doing energy lecture. Maybe you can see some of these pictures. You can see in the book some of these pictures. This is one. This energy dasha, it was given to us, usually used to touch on the eyes, but very strong, very strong, it was pushing very much. And you, after 10 seconds, collapse. Because the energy was very intense. And during the time he was giving this darshan to his disciples, there were guards that were taking people, putting aside, one more, taking aside, one more. There was like this. And one time they put me aside, and when I wake up, nobody was there. And the whole thing was finished, and I was still there, and instead of this, there were just 3-4 hours were passed. I didn't realize that 3-4 hours were passed. Anyway, one of these nights, when he was doing these games, they all light in the commune. Here at the bottom, he switched off the whole light. And the people that were outside, because he was doing this in a room, maybe 3-4 times this, it was a small room. So everybody else, we were doing our work, we were outside the computer, inside the computer, outside this room. When the light was going off, you have to stay still, wherever you are. Like if you are working, and there is a boom, the light off, you sit, you stay still. Okay? That's a stop exercise. This is a great meditation. If somebody wants to try this meditation, it's a great meditation. Help you. Okay.